welcome to my disaster of a craft room. It is Thursday, September 4th, 2025, and I'm waiting for fall. I'm ready for fall. I want to open my windows and turn off the air conditioner. I am ready for fall. But I live in the deep south, so we got some time. Anyway, I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I'm so happy to have you here. Everyone here is welcome. And we are joined today by the lovely Artemis and the lovely Hecate, both of which are passed out. It's nap time, but that's okay. Jellybean and his brother Snickers are both passed out on my bed. We'll see how long that lasts before somebody comes digging at the door wanting in. But you know, brothers. But anyway, so today I have some cross stitch. I have some sewing. I've actually sewn. I've actually stitched. So we'll just get started. Cross stitch. Cross stitch. I have some fully finished objects. I have a finished object, and I have a new start, and I have some progress on some older whips. So a little bit of everything today. I don't have haul. That's the only thing I don't have. But it is a low buy year, so there you go. But anyway, we'll go ahead and start with the fully finished objects. Now, in my last video, I had said I had finished my daughter's Christmas stitch for this year. It was a Mario bookmark by Dork Stitch on Etsy. I have fully finished that. And I did not finish it as a bookmark. I finished it as a wall hanging because she doesn't really read. She reads children's books, so you don't really need a bookmark for that. But anyway, here's how it turned out. Now, these are just some little things that she got in bath bombs. But they're Mario themed, so I put them on there for a little extra decoration. But that is how it turned out. And I put the wall hanger on the back of it so she can hang it on her wall with her other Mario stuff, like the baby Mario I stitched for her last year. But that is fully finished, and now it can be put away for Christmas. The next item I fully finished, again, last time I had showed that I had finished my hose. I think it's Up on the Rooftop Stitch Along by Fat Quarter Shop. Now, I will say I did not stitch the border. The last piece that was released was a border that went around the design, but it was kind of plain, and I had something I wanted to use that would work better, I thought. But it is finished. This ribbon I had bought years ago. I had gotten it to use as a trim on a doll dress, but it was too stiff to use for that. And so it's just been sitting in my stash all this time. Well, I decided to use it for this, and I think it goes well. It's just pine boughs, so. And then these are just some buttons shaped like reindeer, and then these are just Christmas decorations basically. But my hose are finished, so I can display them at Christmas. This is just a wooden thing that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was on the clearance rack for $2.50, so can't go wrong with that. And where am I going to put this? I'll put it down here. So those are my fully finished objects. Now my finish is here behind me. This one is the one that I stitched for my husband's Christmas. And it is the Sushi Cat. It's a kit by Design Works. I used all kit materials. Now, I think something bit me when I was watering the garden earlier. Here it is. It is all complete, all finished. I love it. I think he'll love it. He'll probably hang it right next to his other one in the kitchen. Now, I had a frame for this. Turned out to be the wrong size. It's one of those deals where I ordered it from Amazon and it was supposed to be a certain size, but it was off. So I had to order another one a little bit bigger. So I'm just waiting for that to come in, and then this will be finished and put away for Christmas as well. But you know, the thing is, I want to do it in a red frame to match the one I did last year. And Hobby Lobby did not have any red frames, and neither did Michael's. So I had to order it online. And when you order a frame online, you're taking a chance that it may be the wrong size. So that's what happened, which it's no big deal. As much as I stitch and sketch and other things, I'll use the frame. It won't go to waste, but it didn't fit this project. But anyway, there is another finish, and I'm so excited. My Christmas cross stitching is done. And it's not Christmas Eve. Literally, last year I finished up my son's pretty much on Christmas Eve because I'm awesome. I vowed to myself it was not going to be that way anymore. So those are my finishes. I do have a new start. Now, I finished my lemons from Yasmin's Made with Love, and I've started the next one, the pomegranate. I love this series. I love it. I do. As I mentioned before, okay, my scissors are stuck to my needle minder. These are small enough that I am actually able to be stitching them on just like remnants from other projects, or smaller pieces that I have in my stash. And this one I am stitching on, it's a 14 count Ada, and it's in Moss Celadon. It is a sage green, which in this light you cannot tell. And there it looks blue. Get out of the picture. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. It's a sage green. And I am using a floss, an overdyed floss by Forbidden Fiber Co. in the color Orchard. And it is a deep red, like a ruby red. And it's tied in a knot. That's awesome. Something tells me this is like just like graffiti saying Jelly Bean was here. But I got a start on it. Now I went ahead and put in 1,002 stitches, and that already puts it at 22%. And this is what I have done. Again, just like the lemon, this is such a quick, easy design to stitch. It is so enjoyable. I love it. I love it. And as I said, there are 10 of them in the series, and I plan to do all 10. But I love them. And I like the green and the ruby red together. Those are so pretty. But I got that one started. So, number 2 out of 10. Hi, Teensy. Are you prowling around? She's exploring. Okay, and now on to just regular progress. Now I finished my Mill Hill, which was my oldest whip. The next oldest whip I had was my stamped kit. And it was one that my mother had sent me. Normally I don't do stamped kits. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just there's so much controversy over, whether they're stolen designs or whatever, that I'm not comfortable buying any of them. And honestly, I've been doing counted cross stitch for so long that the stamped kits are no big deal, no big loss. And since I don't wash my projects once I finish them, I don't necessarily like the idea of soaking them in water, because you never know when one's going to bleed. But my mother sent this to me, so I'll stitch it. Previously, now the reason this is my next oldest whip, and the reason I haven't finished it, is because the canvas is so stiff that holding it, because I stitch in hand, hurts my hands. But since my wonderful son bought me a stand last Christmas, I'm able to do more on it. So hopefully I can get this finished. As I said, my mother sent this to me a few years ago. She had tucked it in with my Christmas presents. She had found it for 99 cents somewhere. And I can't tell you who it's from, because the only information I have is this. This is it. So I don't know if this is some no-name kit from China or whatever, but this is the only information I have. It's just a vase of lilacs on a table, but just fine. Don't know what brand, nothing else. That's all I have. But here we are. Now, on stamped kits, it's hard to tell what you've already stitched. But what I am working on currently, what am I working on currently? Oh, I am working on filling in this. Now this bright yellow, this is the color of the thread. So I've done those. I've done all of that. No. Oh, I did this color, this blue. I did all of that, and then I started on this yellow. I put in 1,516 stitches, and that put it at 42% done. So as you can see, I filled in a lot of this table. I filled in a lot of the vase. I'm working on the background, and I've done some of the confetti stitching in with the lilacs, but mostly I'm working on these big blocks just to get them out of the way, and I am color completing it. So I got some progress, and it's almost a halfway, so that's good. So maybe it'll be finished within my lifetime. Maybe. Okay. The next one I worked on was my next oldest one after the lilacs. And it's in my puppy bag. And this is my black work. Now this is Botanical Black Work, and it's the free annual stitch along by the Steady Thread. But this one is from 2023, possibly, I believe. No, 2022. It's from 2022. I am stitching it on a remnant of light blue 14 count Aida. And I am not doing it in black. Let me move the needle minder. I am not doing this one in black because I don't want to. Instead, I am doing it in colors. Now, when you saw it last time, I had done the top 2 rows and I had done this one square. Well, this time I filled in all 6 of these squares. So I have 3 rows entirely done. There are 4 rows left, 4 rows of 7. So I have that much done. Now, the colors I'm using, since I'm not using black, and I need to put some more green on my floss drop, but the purple I'm using is DMC 333. It's a pretty purple. The yellow I am using is DMC 444, very bright yellow. The pink I am using is DMC 604, and again, I need to put some more on my floss drop. And then the green I am using is DMC 505, which, there it is. Like I said, I didn't want to do it in just black. I didn't feel like it. I wasn't going to do it. I wanted it colorful. Put the needle minder back on. Sure. So those are the projects I've worked on. I've made some progress on them, by all means. And, you know. Hi, Teensy. Hecate's having rage in the corner. Because Hecate. So, those are the ones I worked on. But, you know, hey, I got some finishes, some fully finishes. My Christmas cross-stitching is done. I'm happy. And now I can just focus on making progress on my other projects. Now, I said I did not have any haul, and I don't. But I have kitted up 2 more of the Yasmin's Made with Love Fruit Garden series. The next one I kitted up was Strawberry Delight. That one I want to do with these. These are things I already had in my stash. I didn't buy anything for these projects. This is a 16 count Aida in Riviera Aqua. And then Forbidden Fiber Co. Big Apple Floss. I like the contrast. I think it's beautiful together. So that will be the strawberry. Then the next one I kitted up was the grape cluster. And with that one, I've got DMC 550, and then a 16 count Ada in tropical green. And I think those will be lovely together. I like the contrast of the bright green with the deep, deep purple. So that's what we've got for the gray. So I have those ready to go. When I finish the pomegranate, I'll start one of these. And so on and so forth until I've done all 10. Because of course. The only other thing I got was the Just Cross Stitch magazine for fall of this year, and I did a whole video flip through of that one. And it does have some cute projects in it. But I think that's it. I think that's it for cross stitch. Plans. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Yes, she's having rage. There she is. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hecate. Hi, baby. Okay, plans. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep making as much progress as I can on these projects. I did spin the wheel because last night is when I finished that row of botanical black work. And so I spun the wheel this morning and it landed on my Animal Crossing Polly Pocket. So I'll be working on that one. I'm going to try to get 1,000 stitches into it ish. If I do more, I do more. That's great. But I'm just going to keep spinning the wheel and making progress. And as I finish the pomegranates, I will start one of the next fruit. I'm not including those. What are you doing, baby? You're going to dump that in the floor, aren't you? Yes, I am, Mama. Hi, baby. It's a Hecate. I know, you hate being held. You hate it. You don't like being picked up. Hecate has left us. I have offended her fuzzy little sensibilities by picking her up. She hates being picked up. But anyway, as I said, the fruit garden series, I'm going to keep going. As I finish one, I'll start another. They're so quick and easy to stitch and so much fun. I like those. I really enjoy them. So I'm just going to keep them going until I've stitched all 10. As far as the rest goes, it's going to be spin the wheel. I have one more finish left. One more finish and I'll be able to start a new project, because for every 3 finishes I get to start a project. That way I can, I guess, whip down, reduce my number of projects. Now I don't have that many going right now, which is good. I've already reduced it quite a bit. I think I have 11. So that's good. I do have several kitted up, and I don't know, I might do a kit parade where I show you what I've got kitted up and ready to go, but we'll see. So that's it for cross stitch. Sewing. I have been sewing. Yes, I have. I have finished the Petals Table Runner. It is complete. This is the backing fabric I've used and the binding. It is absolutely complete. Let's see. This thing is so long, but there it all is. This thing is so long. I tested it out on my kitchen cabinet, and it's longer than the countertop. So I will probably just lay it down in the hallway, especially for this winter because we have hardwood floors. Well, wood laminate floors, but our living room and kitchen area and the entryway are split brick. And in the winter, let me tell you, they get cold. So I may just put this down and use it as a rug. It's not going to fit on any other surface of my house, so might as well be a rug. But that's a kit marked off my list. Yay! Now, once I finished that, I did spin the wheel. The next project for quilting, the next kit I have that I'm going to do is Cupid's Catch-All. It's a cute little bag. I have everything I need for it. It all came in the kit. I'm throwing things on the floor because of course I am. It has all the hardware. The zipper with a cute little rose zipper pull. Thread. Fleece, the soft and stable, and the fabric, these three, and a cute little tag. So this is the next one. This is what the wheel landed on, so this is the one I'll do now. Now this is supposed to make a bag that is 7 inches by 8 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. So I'm thinking it might be big enough for some smaller crochet projects. Maybe. Wishful thinking. But I have everything I need. So that is my next sewing or quilting project. And it doesn't look complicated. I don't think it'll be an issue. I don't think it'll be all that difficult. And then of course, garments. Always garments. When my daughter decides she needs new clothes, she just comes shopping in my sewing room. Because of course she does. Alright, now my crochet. I have been doing all, just like little wooble sized crochet amigurumi. I've not tried anything bigger until now. My daughter loves penguins. And Hirschner's had a free penguin pattern. So I got the free penguin pattern, and then they sent me a coupon code for so much % off my next purchase. So I went ahead and got the kit to make the penguin, and I'm making it for her for Christmas. It is being made out of the Soho squishy yarn, which is so soft. It is so soft. Once I get comfortable enough to actually do garments, I may have to come up with a cardigan or something. But I've done this much. My little kitty cat stitch markers. But I have done this much. This is the body of the penguin. And again, it is so soft. It is so soft. This one is going to be the most complicated pattern I have hooked yet. And we've got color changes. We've got all kinds of things. So wish me luck. But so far so good. I'm doing okay. And the colors are beautiful. I love them. We've got the yellow for the bill and the feet. We've got the blue for his little hat and scarf. And of course we've got the white and gray for the penguin himself. So nice colors, soft yarn, and I've actually been enjoying it. So that's what I'm doing with crochet. Now, for crochet for Christmas, I'm going to do that penguin for her, and then I'm going to crochet her a Winnie the Pooh and a Piglet. You know, her favorites. Wish me luck. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna finish the penguin first. The penguin is bigger than Pooh and Piglet, so that one will probably take more time than they will. But that's it for sewing and crochet. My plans are just, once I finish the Cupid bag, I will spin the wheel and get my next quilting project. I want to start making some more clothes, especially for fall, because I've got some really nice cotton waffle knit for long sleeve t-shirts. And I want to sew those up, which I can sew 3 of those in an afternoon. They're easy enough. But, and I've got some other things cut out and ready to go. So those are my plans for sewing. Life has been fun. Now all 3 of us have been sick, and yesterday was a migraine day for me, which is always wonderful. I get migraines fairly frequently, but to be fair, I have had a lot of sinus headaches, but yesterday it finally crossed the line into a full-blown migraine. So yesterday I got nothing accomplished except for late last night, while I was waiting for my Tylenol to kick in, I did manage to put in the last few stitches on the botanical black work to finish that row. But we have all had upper respiratory. Hecate has rejoined us. That was her screaming outside the door. I think really what she wants is for me to open the door and leave it open. But I can't do that. Not when I'm filming. But as I was saying, we've all had some upper respiratory stuff. We've all been sick. We're all finally getting better. I'm still kind of runny nose, still some sinus pressure, but better, a lot better. I have a voice again. That's nice. And I can breathe through my nose again. Hi, Teensy. Hi, baby. Oh, she's gonna rub up on Mama. Physical contact has to be her idea. And it's on her schedule, not yours. But she's adorable. And Mama loves her. But anyway, we are all getting better now. Now, my son has finally just said, I'm not leaving America. There's too much stuff going on in other countries. He's not feeling it. He doesn't want to deal with it. He might as well stay here. His words, not mine. So he's staying here. I mean, to be fair, he does own a business with a friend, and then he also writes. So he's got his condo. He's gonna stay there, and so I don't have to see my son cross the ocean, which is nice. Although I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of, looking forward to hitting up the Google and sending him a list of stitchy shops he had to go to send me things, okay? Because I'm mom, okay? And it's not like I didn't just send him off a package yesterday of stuff he wanted. But that's okay. But at least he's staying here in the US, so I'm okay with that. Otherwise, everything is fine. Just doing what I do. The garden's coming along fine. The rain is slacked off, and now I wish it would come back. But that's okay. But everything's going well, and we've done a lot of work outside, so that hopefully our fall garden will really be amazing, and we'll get lots of fresh produce, because let me tell you, the produce at the grocery stores right now sucks. It's awful. The quality is just poor. It's not even mediocre. It is poor. So, looking forward to some more fresh vegetables. All that's left in our garden from this summer is the sweet potatoes, which are not ready to be harvested yet, and all of our peppers, which we are harvesting. And I have a lot of them in the dehydrator right now, grinding them up for, home ground chilies. Hecate, you don't need in the closet. Don't tell me what I need, Mama. She's trying to go through the closet door. But anyway, so that's all that's here. All that's going on here. Everything is fine. We're just doing what we do, and hopefully I'll make more progress. Hopefully I'll get all my crocheting done by Christmas. I'm working on it. But everything else is just fine. I do want to say, once again, thank you to everyone who's subscribed. I'm floored. I can't believe it. I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing a giveaway later in the year, possibly. We'll see how it goes, see what my time is like. As I said before, I have a lot of fabric I want to use up, fabric scraps that I want to use up making project bags, and I may put some of those out there for a giveaway. We'll just see. We'll see. Hi, Hecate. Are you just going to circle me like a little fuzzy shark? Apparently, she needs attention. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to edit this, get it posted, and then I'm going to stitch on an Animal Crossing project until it's time to cook dinner. Because that is my job. My son said it best when he was 3 years old. When he was 3 years old, he's like, Mom, how come Papa goes to an office and Granny goes to an office, Daddy goes to an office, but you don't go to an office? And I said, well, an office is where you go to work. That's where they go to work to do their job. And he thought about it, and he was about 3 years old. He thought about it, and he said, so the kitchen is your office. Now I thought about it and I said, yes, it is, because that's where I spend most of my day. And the same holds true today. What? 31 years later. So, mom's the chef, among other things. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I want to thank you for stopping by to hear me ramble. I know it was a little disjointed, a little scattered. That's the remnants of the migraine. My migraine brain doesn't work very well, but if you stuck around this long, thank you. As usual, if you saw something you like, I hope you subscribe. Feel free to like, share, comment, etc. I will always read the comments and I will always answer the comments. And I love chatting with you guys. And I hope to see you again in 2 weeks.